Very good evening, participants. Can you hear me? Very good evening, participants. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so let's start the session. There was a doubt yesterday. Let's start from that particular point. Okay, so there was a doubt yesterday that can we use instead of list, we can use strings. That was the doubt yesterday. Actually, I could not present. There was a problem. Now it is fixed. Okay, I'll show you that first. Let's start the session. So basically, the difference between list and a string. So list is considered as mutable. So list is called mutable. Mutable means changeable. Okay. So list can be changed. Okay. And the strings cannot be changed. So strings are called immutable. That is the basic difference between list and a string. Okay. Yeah. Let's see how it can be done. Mm, List can be characterized with the help of the square bracket. This is the example for the list. And strings, it can be identified with a single quotation or double quotation. Yeah, we know that already. Okay. Now, let's have an example. Kindly pay attention. If you have notes, you can note it down. Okay. No problem. Today I will share the recording also. So don't worry about it. So I have the list. Okay. Now what happened? If I want to access the first member, I will use L square bracket of 0. Yeah, you know that very well. L square bracket of 0 is called indexing. I use indexing to access the first character of a list. Okay. If I want to change the character of the list, say this is my list. Okay. Now, how do we access the first character? That is L square bracket of 0. That will give the first member of a list. Now I would like to change. I would like to change the first character. So what I do? L of 0 is equal to 100. Okay. Now what happened? See, now what happened? Listen carefully. This is the first character. I guess you can see my screen. And this is the first character. Okay. L of 0 is the first character. Okay. Now what I do? L of 0 is equal to 100. So what happened? This A will be deleted, and instead of this 100 will be updated. This is possible in list. This is completely possible in list. I'll show you. This is called list updation. This is possible. Now if I print the list, okay, I show you once again. Now if I print the list, see, instead of A, that is the first member, the 100 is updated. So the 100 is updated. Now this is the permanent one. Now I want to change the last character. The last character F. Suppose if you want to change the last character as 0, how do I change? Can you type in the chat box? Is my screen visible? Okay. Okay, now check. I'll explain you once again, no problem. See, this is called a list. The list can be characterized with the help of the square bracket. Inside the square bracket, I have some values, that is A, B, C, D, E, F. So it can be understood with the help of the square bracket. Okay, that's the first thing. And next, after doing this, I can go to the ideally and display the list. So this is my list. So to access the first character, I use L square bracket of 0, that is indexing. Through the indexing, I can access the first character. Okay. Next, if I want to access the first character, I use L square bracket of 0. Now you see the 100 is the first character. Now it is displaying. Now I would like to change the first character as 0. Now what I do, L square bracket of 0 is equal to 0, which means what is in the first position, that is 100, will be changed to 0. Now if press enter, see the change is made permanent. So this proves that list is mutable. This property proves that list is mutable, that is changeable. To access the first character, I use L square bracket of 0. Now, to change the first character, L square bracket of 0 is equal to 100. Now, if I print the list, okay, now I print the entire list. List before updation is equal to our list before updation comma L. Okay, I'm just making in proper way. Okay, first element is L of 0. Okay, now we are printing the list after updation. See here, list before updation A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, G, F. Okay, now the first element is A. Now what we are doing? We have updated the list. The first element is A into 100. So we have changed. This is called mutability of a list. Mutability means changeable, changeability. Lists can be updated or modified or edited. So this is called mutability of a list. Now strings. Let us take the strings on the right hand side. Okay, let's go with the string. Now the list is completed. Let's go for the string. Okay, S is equal to orange. Okay, S orange. So how to access the first element? That is S square bracket of 0. See, S square bracket of 0 will give the first character. What is the first character? That is O. We know that very well. Now, what is next? I want to do the same methodology. Like how we changed the first character of the list, I'm trying to change the first character of the string orange. So S of 0 is equal to, let me change to some number, that is 0. Okay, or 100. Can you read the error? See, why it is coming error? Why is error? Because strings cannot be updated. Strings cannot be modified. That is why this is different from that. Strings are different from the list. Okay, please note it down. See, this is the final output. Now I try to change the first element of the list that is possible, that is updated. Now string before updation is hello. Now the first element is h. Now what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to change the first character as 100. So that gives an error. So string object does not support item assignment. So this is why we call it as strings are immutable. Okay, so this is the first thing we would like to clarify. Next, moving on. We discussed already, but even though I'll tell you once again, list cannot be used as string because strings are separate entity. List is like a carry bag, which means it can hold a lot of other things. Both can have the length, both can have the indexing, both can have slicing, and both can use the membership operator. Membership operator means whether this is inside this or not, whether this is not inside this or not. Okay, that's what the basic discussion we had it earlier, but even though I will upload it once again, no problem. And list we can do updation, that's what we have discussed just now. List can be updated easily with the help of the equal to sign like this. So lists can be updated, that is what the next topic. It can be updated. List can be updated, but strings are immutable. Immutable means, and it cannot be updated. Strings cannot be updated. That's what the basic thing we would like to learn. Okay, and today that's all for the comparison of the list. Let's move on with the list method. Okay, somebody asked the list method, are we not going to see or not? Yes, we are going to see the list methods. Let's start with the first method. Okay, let's start with the list method. Very first method. Okay, um, very first method is append. Okay, the very first method is append. I'll show you once. Append means adding the members in the end. Okay, how to use the append method? First, let us create a list. L is equal to empty list. Okay, the empty list is created. Type of L will give the output empty list is created. Now, after creating the empty list, what is next step? We have to add some members. After creating the empty list, we have to add some members. How do we add? Let us add one by one member. So to add the member, we use the method called append. Okay, so let's use the method called append. How do we use it? L is name of our list. Okay, dot append, append, append. What do you want to add inside the list? Some numbers or letters or anything, whatever you like to add, you can add. Let me add a name, that is 1. Okay, now what happened? 1 will be added to the list L. If I print L, if I print L, the output will be 1 because 1 is displayed on the list because it is added newly. Previously the list was empty. Okay, now I want to add the another method 2. Okay, I want to add the another member 2. Now what happened? It will be adding in the end. So L dot append 2. So now what happened? One more member is added inside the list, that is print L will display 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2, because I use append is a method like string. How we have is upper, is lower, likewise we have is upper, is lower, likewise we have for list Append means it will add in the end. So now what happened? 2 is also added. Now if I want to add one more member, I will add 3. Now I enter. If I print L, see, I get 3 members inside the list. So that is what the first method we have learned. This is called list method. This list method we used here is append. Append means it will add in the end. Okay, so this is what we have learned. List, oh sorry, I'm adding a new, it's a wrong file. Okay, so this method will add one by one member in a list. Okay, now if you want to add more than one member, okay, if you want to add more than one member, so you have to use like step by step like this. What happened? It looks so lengthy. It looks so lengthy. So what I do, I will create a new program. I will create a new program to add the members one by one. Okay, let's see the program, how to add as many members as possible inside the list. So first thing, to want to write user friendly program, you need the count. How many members do you want to add? Okay, you don't know that, right? So you will ask from the user. How do you ask? Int of input of how many members to add. So how many members to add? Very first point. Now, after entering the number, we have to create a list. Obviously, the output is list, right? So L is equal to empty list. Then let's go for a loop. We go for iteration. So for I in range of count. So I want to do that many times. So for I in range of count, what I do? I want to run the loop. Every time I want to get a new element. How do I get the new element? From the user. Sorry, element. How do I get the element? With help of users input statement. I enter element I plus 1. Enter element I plus 1. I'm entering the element. After that, L dot append that particular element. That's all. See, count is equal to, see, count is equal to enter how many members to add, because we don't know, right, how many members each user will add. Suppose I create a program, I will add only one member. If you create your program, maybe you want to add 100 elements. If your friend wants to create, he or she may write more than 100 elements. It is not fixed. So to avoid that, we have to write the user friendly program. So the user friendly program will ask from the user's input. So the very first thing is count is equal to int of input, how many members to add. So it will be asking like any member you can write. You can write like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, anything. After that, I'll be creating a new list. So list is equal to empty, whatever. Next, for I in range of count. Suppose if you enter 5 here, this loop will run for 5 times. it will run for 5 times. So for every time, it will ask for the user's input. It will ask one member at a time. It will be keep on asking one element. Okay, it will ask element. Okay, enter the element. It will ask one element at a time. After entering the element, what it will do? It will put inside the list. Okay, let me show you step by step. Okay, now how many members to add? Let me enter 4 members to add. So what are the members? Let me add the members. 66. What happened? 66 is added into the list L. Now the list contains only one element. Now it is asking for another element to add. Let me add 77. What happened? 77 is added into the list after 66. Now next number 88. What happened once again? 88 is added into the list. Now 99. 99 is added into the list and the program is now completed. This is how you can write a program to create a list, to create user-friendly list. Now let us change the program. See, I'm running new. I'm rerunning the program. So this program is once again asking me how many elements to add. So it is asking me how many elements. If I want to add only 2 elements, this program will run only twice. That is, I want to add 99 and I want to add 100. That's all. The program is over. The program is completed with 2 iteration. If you want to run more than 2, that is also possible. If you run, I want to add 10 elements, then this program will run for 10 times. See? See, this program runs for 10 times. All these depend on the user's choice. So this is called user-friendly program. This is how you should create a list with the help of append method. Have you understood? Do you have any doubts in this? How to create a list? Have you understood? Don't worry. I will share the recordings of today's class, so don't worry about the list. So far, we have seen only this much. Okay. What is next? In this program, you see there are 2, 4, 6 lines are there. 6 lines are there in this program. Now, what I would like to do is I'm going to show the power of Python. What can you do with Python? This 6 lines can be converted into one line. This 6 lines can be converted into one line. See now, I have a list here, numbers. See, first I'll explain the program and then I'll do this. So first I have the list name is numbers. What it contains? I want to add the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, I want to add the numbers 1 to 10. So I fix the range 1, comma 11. Numbers dot append I. Now what it does? It will add the number 1 to 10 inside the list numbers. If I print numbers, the output will be displayed. I'll show you. Can you see here? The numbers list is initially empty and then the loop is running from 1 to 11. So it will take only 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is added. Suppose if you want to add the numbers from 100 to 110, then I will change in this way. 100 to 110. It's fixed one, no problem, not an issue. Now listen carefully. I'm going to change this into single line program. So to change the single line program, there are some basic steps to follow. The very first step is this square bracket. You should use this first square bracket, and then you should use this second. You should mention this second, this line, complete line, and then this is the third step. So 1, 2, 3 in a single line. That is called list comprehension. List comprehension means that will work very fast than this one by one progress. So how to do it? First you should give the list name. Okay, new numbers is equal to first this square bracket. See, square bracket. After square bracket, add this one. Whatever the variable you are using. If you use I, use I. If you use L, use EL. Choice is yours. In range, whatever the number you want to add. Example 1 to 6 I want to add. Use 1 to 6. Now I print the number. Print new numbers. Now I run the code. You see here, you get the output. List with 5 numbers. Oh, sorry. See, it works the same. Only for printing, I'm using the new line. Otherwise, you see here, there are 4 lines in the program, can be reduced into just 2 lines. Let's go for one more list comprehension. List comprehension 2. See, we created this one, right? Let us write in list comprehension with the help of this program. Okay, let's convert. So what is the first step? First step, I want to take this L equal to empty list. Listen carefully, it's a big one. Okay, listen carefully. Lengthy one because it is single line program. So first my output. So L equal to empty list. Okay, what is in the empty list? I want to take this one for I in range. For I in range of count. What is count? Count means that is int of input. Enter how many elements you want to add. Okay, so copy exactly and paste inside the range. After this, what do you want to do? You want to get the input from the user. Okay, enter the element. So what I do? I copy, enter the element and paste before the for loop. That's all. Program completed in single line. See, this 6 lines program has been written into single line. After doing everything, I should print the L. Now I run the program. See, enter how many elements to add. How many elements to add? Let me add 3 elements. Enter the element. It is asking for the element. Let me add 33. Next, 66, 88. See, 3 elements are added into the list. Please note it down. This is called list comprehension. List comprehension means writing larger program into smaller lines or a single line. Yes, you can talk. Okay. So this is called list comprehension. List comprehension means that is used to reduce the size of the code and it works faster than the other ones. Okay. Um, yeah. Last day we have talked about the project completion and we have discussed about the projects also. Like it has to be completed soon and we need to have the documentation, etc. And your log is ready. See, I'm writing the logs for you. Like what have you done in day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have the logs for you. So I will be submitting your logs maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I will give it to you. Okay. Then you can use it for your documentation purpose. That's first point I would like to show with you. And second point, we have the game that is the hand cricket game. The next game we are going to be discussed. I'll show that too, and I'll explain some parts. Okay, I will explain some parts. Um, Maybe it is easy for you to understand step by step. Okay, very first step, like number guessing game, we used this. Sorry, we go for number guessing game. Instead of this, we go for guessing game. That will be helpful. Yeah. So, I don't know how many of you have understood this concept, but even though I will explain you once again because it is the part of your project, one more projects. Okay. So first thing we imported random. Don't worry, I will upload this code for your reference today. You can use it. First step I imported random because random will use for random generation of numbers or the characters. Now we use the list. The list contains three different types of strings. Listen carefully. We call this as list of strings. We call this as list of strings. Okay. First it is a number. Remember it should be with the quotation marks. Otherwise it will not work because the strings are to be enclosed with the single quotation marks or double quotation marks. Okay. Then moving on. It should be moving with the while true. Why are we going with the while true? Because this program should run infinitely. It should be keep on running till we say to stop. That is why we go with the while true. And then printing banner, you know what is a banner? Banner is for just displaying pretty output on the screen. Then we are getting a choice. So we have choices to user handle, that is play or exit. Remember, yesterday we talked about the technical understanding of users requirement and error handling. See here, if I use option A, I mean option 1, it is for playing. Option 2, this is for exiting the game. Now, if you use any other option, what happened? It says invalid choice. So this is what we talked about yesterday. We learned about the technical error handling methodology for users better experience. Okay. Now, this game starts when user gives the choice 1. This is called a menu driven program. Menu means choice. Like what do you want? It will display the menu, which means available options. When you choose an option, then it will work accordingly. So the entire operation is basically depends on the user's choice. That too, the displayed menu. That is called menu driven program. Now we have choice 1. After choice 1, computer will randomly get a choice from a list. It will randomly predict something and this will ask for the user's choice. So computer gets something. Okay. Now we are guessing. What are we guessing? Whether it is a letter or a number or symbol. We guess something, and suppose you guess it is alphabet. Okay. Computer guess it is alphabet, and you guess it is alphabet, then you guessed it correctly. If you guess correctly, your score will be increased by 1. Next, if you guess as a digit, that is number, and it is incrementing score 1, and if you guess it is other than alphabet and number, that is special character, then your score is added 1. Okay, suppose if none of this is working. Okay, if none of this is working, I'm checking for your life, whether your life is 0 or not. Your life is 0 or not. Suppose if your life is 0, you are out and your score is displayed. After score is displayed, the loop is terminated. The game loop is terminated, but the main loop is running. And suppose if you have life, then you have subtracted life, then the game is running once again. Okay, that is the game loop. If the game loop is over, then we can go for choice 2. What is choice 2? Choice 2 means exit. So good day to you, break. Entire game is over. If you use any other number than 1 and 2, then it will go for else part, that is invalid choice. So those who have not submitted the assignments, kindly refer it now. Maybe yesterday I got a person who shared with me, sir, I did not complete because I'm using mobile phone. No problem. The person, those who are working with mobile phones, can take it as reference. You can keep it with you, no problem. So it is entirely for you only. So don't worry about the devices, especially mobile, computer, laptops. It's okay. You are learning, so make sure you are learning in a better way. This is called a simple guessing game. I hope so. This project requires um, the basic understanding of this working. What else you require? Can you share it with me in chat box? What else you require from this project? Yes, please, I'm asking you. What else you may require from this project? Yeah, I understood. Yesterday you discussed about the sharing of day logs. Then please share in chat box. Instruction, skills required or experience. Yeah, your experience. I gave a written homework, right? Like written assignment. Have you done that? Have you written any of you skills required for, I mean, skills expected, experience? Maybe if you have not written, I recommend you to get it over. Okay. Tomorrow we are learning about so tomorrow we are learning about some more list methods. Okay. We are learning about some more list methods. That is, even other list methods are available. We will learn a few of those. We have list pop. reverse, sort, and we have those things. We will learn those things tomorrow. Okay. And also the hand cricket game, we have one more new thing that I didn't share with you. Maybe tomorrow we will have a glance of this also. Okay. And basically within this month we will try to complete the projects. Okay. Number guessing game we completed. I mean, guessing game we completed the program, and this game, that is hand cricket game, what we have to learn extra is functions. So this is called the functions. We will learn about functions in the upcoming sessions, and this is called exception handling in Python. Try except. Please note it down. Those who are preparing the logbooks can include these topics. We are learning error handling, functions, and file handling. So this is called file handling, that is creating, reading the text files in Python. So functions, file handling, and exception handling are the three different topics we are going to cover. Once we cover these three topics, then this game is completed. That's all. Once we completed this functions, error spotting, I mean functions and error handling and file handling, then this will be completed. That's all. Everything else is easy for you. And others, as we discussed, kindly start writing your own project documentation, like your experience in this, your learning outcomes in different topics, and the way of participation, problem solving, etc. Don't forget to include your own ideas, own words. That will be very much supportive to you all. Okay, maybe today is 18th May. If possible, I will complete within this 31st, May 31st. We'll try to complete the projects, two projects, and later on we will continue with the learning other parts of Python basics. Okay. Yeah, participants, today we have learned about what is append, what is list comprehension, and what we can do with list comprehension, and how do you create a list with the append method, and how the elements of a list can be changed, and the list versus string. What is the difference between the list and the string? And then we have learnt about how the updation works inside the list. So that's all for today's class, participants. And then we'll see that tomorrow. Tomorrow when you are coming, I want you to write down the logbook, and then we'll be proceeding with the next upcoming things. So thank you so much for joining, participants. You may leave now. Have a good day to you all. Thank you, participants. You may leave now. Have a good day to you all. I'll upload the files and recordings in your Google Drive. Don't worry about it.